Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisco Gaming, and in today's video, we got to talk about state transfers. I want to talk about an update that's coming to the transfer system. I want to talk about our state in case you want to transfer to us. And, well, there's a few other things. We'll roll it in there. Let's get started. There's a change to the way that state transfers are going to work. And for this upcoming cycle, here's the groupings, by the way. If you want to come to my state, that's 2242. We're in group number 12. 2242, group 12. All right. I did get some messages from folks who were outside of group 12. Can't join us just yet, but in the future, perhaps. Okay. And by the way, I'll have a link down below in the description for the transfer Discord server for our state. I'm going to talk about that more in just a minute. First up, the transfer rule. There's a state transfer rule optimization. If your state has been leading for 3 consecutive transfer events, it will enjoy the following exclusive perks in the 3rd event. So if it's the 3rd time that you're leading in a row, you get 1 special transfer, and the transfer cap is increased by 15, with 10 being ordinary transfer invites. So clearly the developers felt like the strongest states, the leading states, were maybe getting bled out, I guess. This is something I have seen in many, many, many games where there's a balance here. You absolutely, under no circumstance, can let a superpower kingdom spiral out of control to grow way too strong. You cannot let that happen. It ruins the game, okay? At the same time, also, a strong kingdom is very punished by being a leading state. You can't bring in more people, so not as many people anyways. And so it sounds like the devs are looking at it going, okay, maybe the rate of atrophy of the leading states is a little too high. They need just a little bit more to keep being healthy communities. That's the reason you do a change like this, unless I'm missing something, right? So I think that this is an interesting change. For us, we've been ordinary for many times in a row, so it doesn't really affect us. And we'll see kind of what the implications will be moving forward on our status. Now, I think that we're going to be an ordinary state. I think we're going to be an ordinary state because we are so much younger than the other states in our grouping. A lot of other states in our grouping are so much older that they bubble up in power, even though we're quite strong. So let me show you our state. I'm going to talk about transferring to us, and I'll give you a quick update. All right, so here we are in my state, 2242. My alliance, the Smash Squad, currently 18.3 billion. RTZ, 14.5 billion. SSQ, 11.9. Bro at 11.1. IND at 7.6, and NE at 7.4. We've got a lot of badass alliances that you can join, and the distribution of the transfer tickets in my state still is getting kind of locked down based in part on SVS prep contributions. I'll show those to you in a minute. But we actually have a small group that's going to be going from my alliance, SQD, to RTZ, and that means we're going to be getting, honestly, we've got some room in squad for this upcoming migration, probably in the realm of 15 to 20 spots. And there's a number of reasons why folks move alliances, okay? A part of it is that in SQD, we have, I think, the highest standard in our state for activity and contribution, etc. And some folks are looking for a slightly more casual experience. Not that it's particularly casual in RTZ, but yeah, we maintain alliance mobilization minimums. We upped it to 3,000 recently. And also, we require you to be active daily. Honestly, I don't think those are very steep requirements, and I think they'll only go up over time. But we're going to have room. RTZ is going to take a small number of people. SSQ is going to take a small number of people. Bro and NE are going to take a small number of people as well. And I've been saying this for a while, but like my goal for this state is to make sure that the top alliances are really locked up for activity. And then from there, we start to shift transfers into Bro and NE and potentially IND in the future. But that's not now. That's more into the future, that those alliances will end up getting sort of the lion's share of the transfers. Once we lock up, like, okay, everyone in the top alliances are big contrib. And in my perfect world, I'd wave a magic wand, and you can let me know your thoughts on this, but in my perfect world, I'd wave a magic wand and like all the alliances get as many transfers as they want, right? But obviously the game doesn't work that way. And the thing is that if you don't prioritize your top alliances, you're cooked as a state. This is like true of every state, right? Like You have to prioritize your top alliances, or what you end up with is the best players leave because the top alliances aren't good enough for them. And then it dilutes your talent, and then none of the alliances are in a good place. Anyways, I didn't explain that eloquently, but it's a philosophy I have seen misunderstood so many times in city building war games. Being kind to your lowest contributors means you're being unkind to your highest contributors. And when your highest contributors get upset by that, then you have real problems. Your lowest contributors weren't contributing anyways, right? So like, okay, so let's get a look here, and let's get a look at how we're doing. We'll look at the alliance point rankings over the course of prep. SQD, absolute domination here. Holy. Almost double their top alliance for this SVS. That doesn't mean we're going to win. So lock in, baby. We got stuff to do. Then there's RTZ and SSQ at 888 and 777, just about. Kind of funny. Nia is cooking. Nia above Bro at the moment. 413 and 410 for them, respectively. Great showing. Great showing. And there's IND at 200, right? Great showing from 2242. Love to see it. Overall score, absolutely clapping, bro. 5 billion to 3.2 billion. Now, people sent me some screenshots of like really old states and like, you think that's good, Chiscool? Here's a 13 billion plus prep score. And it's like, all right, well, we ain't there yet. All right. We ain't there yet. Maybe one day. Like I said, we're an ordinary state up in here. But my vision, as I mentioned, if you want to join us, you can use the link in the description. Check out our transfer Discord server. You can apply. Okay. But my vision is that we lock up these top 3 alliances with top tier contributors where they're like, yeah, like we could, like transfers could come in, but we don't need any. We're good. Once those 3 alliances are fully locked in, the focus shifts to the next 3 alliances by contrib for transferring in. And like, how crazy would it be if we end up with a 6 alliance state? That's many months down the road, bro. I think we're like 2 transfer cycles away from the main focus of the transferring in, going from SQD, RTZ, and SSQ down to Bro and Knee to start, and then also IND. That's my suspicion, is that it takes another 2 transfer cycles, the one we have coming up and the one after that. So if you want to join our state, links in the description. You can go check it out. A lot of information there. This vid's going live probably at the time that I'm fighting in SVS. I don't live stream SVS because it's too revealing, I feel, still at this stage of our growth. Once we get to the end game where everybody's got all the same stuff, like maybe I'll stream that. I don't know, to be determined. But we're on our way there, all right? You enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. I hope you'll consider transferring to our state. If you want to see the last update vid I did about our state, so you can kind of like see how things have been progressing, I'll have a card off to the side over here. You can go check it out, all right? And as of the time of this recording, we do have 3 special tickets, I think, for our state. Again, I'm assuming we're going to be ordinary, not leading. And in that case, we'll have 3 special tickets. So we got to figure out where those go. At least one will be spent. And SSQ, RTZ, and SQD all have a special ticket to use. So, you know, join our transfer Discord. Consider applying. Join the Smash Squad. All right. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.